One final fascinating piece of body language. De La Hoya refusing even to glance at Whitaker, even during the referee's jab. He hasn't thrown one of those laser shots yet. And again. Right hand punches in close by De La Hoya. He's going to have to use the right hand to win the fight. Harrying with each other as round one comes to Whitaker. Hard right hand to the body by De La Hoya.
Whitaker comes back. Improvises. Good counter by De La Hoya. Good counter right hand by De La Hoya.
Misses with the left hook. Follows, lands a couple straight right hands. Smiles. As what he's going to have to do to legitimately attack Pernell Whitaker. Right hand to the body by De La Hoya. Whitaker with opposition against Whitaker.
I seem to find a way to hit Whitaker.
Work out, work out, work out.
Here's a way to hit him. Has not been able to penetrate Whitaker's defense enough to put real pressure on him for long periods of time. Definitely De La Hoya's best minute of the first 6. Now Whitaker against Whitaker's stance. Hard left hand over the top by Whitaker.
Come on, work out.
And coming up with an uppercut. You heard both corners asking for uppercut. Mills Lane anxious that we don't see a headbutt.
There was a butt right there. I don't know if any blood will come out, but there was definitely a...
Another hard left hand uppercut by De La Hoya. And the hard left hook. The right eye, the blood has been stopped.
Good right hand by Oscar De La Hoya.
And again, Whitaker comes in with the head, and De La Hoya...
But it's a little disappointing to see that De La Hoya, who is stronger, is really not...
Trainer Jesus Rivero asking him between rounds to create more distance between himself and Whitaker. Get a lot of distance, he said. Didn't want him to get into a brawl, tactically.
Good right hand by De La Hoya.
And De La Hoya flurries at the end of the round. Given the 4th round, if in fact he was, he may be 4 points ahead. Hard punches for hand.
Right on that spot that Larry talked about.
They meet in the center of the ring.
On an accidental headbutt, the uncut fighter...
Saw him do it at the end of the preceding round.
He's jabbing more. He's slipping more.
Ring generalship than he is with clean punching.
And that
stays in the southpaw stance, jabs with the right hand. Stance.
I wonder what he thinks now.
Left hand to the body by De La Hoya. Is he going to fight the full round in the southpaw stance? He is, and he...
I want to run into Oscar's left hand. He knows that's Oscar's best punch.
And there you go. That's the reason for the southpaw stance.
Brightly came back with his own right.
There's one that landed. And a couple of left hands.
Just like when he relaxes inside, Oscar De La Hoya is hitting him with the right or...
Through a tactical battle between the two great welterweights.
It was an accidental headbutt, but it was below the eye. It did no...
More and more, Whitaker seems to be loading up and trying to land one big left-hand shot, which could change things in the bout.
A good body. The fight would look better for Whitaker in the later rounds. De La Hoya has a nosebleed right now.
He misses the challenge. Try to get into his head with a little manhandle.
There you saw De La Hoya slip on that.
De La Hoya hasn't used the left the 3rd round. Goes back to it momentarily
Good
there.
right hand counter.
Whitaker lamenting the missed left, and De La Hoya coming forward.
Both fighters, I think, are fighting a very smart fight.
Got a left hook in. The battle. Oscar tries to flurry again in the closing seconds of the round. Whitaker lands the last punch.
Well, then I'm going to lose. Meaning that if he's got to do something else except what he's doing, he doesn't know if he can do it.
The one criticism I would have You saw the punch that
Hoya throwing.
about 40 or 44.
Yeah, but how many more power?
You
What
can
you
see
like?
three wildly different scorecards at the end of this fight.
Because it's according to what you...
Well, Oscar De La Hoya may win this fight, but you can't say that.
Paw stance does De La Hoya.
I have to even argue that.
That could have been scored a knockdown.
Lefts to the body. De La Hoya rights upstairs. De La Hoya lands a left. Goes in and attacks Whitaker's body, and Pernell comes back.
Jim, very, very close. 5 rounds to 4. Oscar De La Hoya, 85-84.
If they should, do you think they would?
Yes.
Good right hand by De La Hoya. Good shot by De La Hoya. They have the experience to trade Whitaker like that. Pernell Whitaker.
Great flurry by De La Hoya to end the 10th. Whitaker gets a couple body shots.
Whitaker's not going to back down to nobody. If you've been in there a couple times,
He's going to be able to out-muscle him and outrun him in these last 2 rounds.
this is what he wants.
Hoya, as Larry obviously is mentally, for being too cautious.
I don't...
Come on.
Body shots from De La Hoya is there. Maybe his buddy Evander Holyfield or Mark Breland.
Now he's complaining because De La Hoya was hitting him with a shoulder.
Back and forth from side to side. Not a snap behind it anyway. Hard left hands for Whitaker. 2 in a row. And another good left hand.
Trying to hit Whitaker with a good punch.
Rounds to 5, 104, 103. Oscar De La Hoya. I tried to fight.
I have Whitaker ahead by about a point myself.
Building a bridge to immortality.
I think it's going to take 12 more.
Point going to De La Hoya for an unintentional butt that did no damage.
10 seconds left. And Whitaker ended the fight backing up and clowning.